And I've noticed through the years that congregations get into arguments about worship more than any other thing. And that is because when Satan cannot distract us from worshiping, he'll want to divide us about worshiping. And then we won't worship. His whole goal is to interrupt this. Let it be said loudly. Worship is not entertainment. Worship is not a warm-up for the sermon. Worship is an act of war against the devil. We know this because of stories like the one found in 2 Chronicles chapter 20. The story of a king, a 35-year-old king by the name of Jehoshaphat. Some say Jehoshaphat. I don't care. I like that name, though. Jehoshaphat. I wish my mom had named me Jehoshaphat. Isn't that a great name? Kind of a unique name. Jehoshaphat. He became king when he was 35 years of age. Soon after he ascended to the throne, an alliance of 3 different armies came after him. It was tough enough fighting one army, but then 2, and then 3. They all joined forces together. And he knew he was outnumbered and outmaneuvered. And so he did what God wants us to do. He went to God in prayer. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 3. He set himself to seek the Lord. Then he proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. He cried out to the Lord in prayer. He confessed, "We have no power, nor do we know what to do, but our eyes are upon you." Isn't that a great prayer? I don't know what to do. I don't have any power, but I'm looking at you, Lord. I'm not giving up. God responded with this message. "Do not be afraid nor dismayed because of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's." Jehoshaphat so firmly believed this in his heart, you're not going to believe what he did. If you already know, don't tell anybody. I want to tell them. You're not going to believe what he did. He took his singers, the equivalent of his worshipers, his worship band, if you will, and he put them in front of his soldiers, and he told his singers, he said, "Lead the way into battle." And so all those brawny soldiers with their shields and their swords, they had to step back, and here come the worshipers. They led the way into battle. I bet those choir members didn't sign up for that part. But they did. And I can just envision them singing songs of praise, singing songs of worship, lifting up their hands, declaring that God is God, this battle is the Lord's. And you know what happened? When they got to the battlefield, they found out that all 3 armies were already destroyed. They had turned on each other. And when they got there, they didn't have to do anything. The battle was already won. By the way, our singers, our 120 voice singers, they call themselves not the choir, but the singers because of 2 Chronicles chapter 20. The singers led the way into battle. Let's do this, shall we? In our own lives, let's lead with worship. Let's lead with worship. Let's realize it is warfare. That worship is warfare. And it's a war that we will win.